So, I like to think of the comedy arena as sort of a safe space. As such, I feel I can ask you folks certain questions without feeling like you're judging me. Having said that, is it worse to knock a woman up or down? From what I've gathered, my research suggests that it depends which side of the Mason-Dixon line you're on. I went grocery shopping the other day, and I bought 3 things whilst grocery shopping. I picked up a wheel of cheddar cheese, a case of Mountain Dew, and Go-Gurt. I bought these things because when mixed together in equal proportions at room temperature, they actually make marijuana. And you thought it came out of the ground? It does come out of the ground, I'm kidding. Speaking of things that come out of the ground illegally, I was reading about dead people the other day. In the obituary section, you know? And I don't know if you've ever read the obituaries for any length of time. Most people have really boring lives. You know, you're going through like, he enjoyed rose gardening, she enjoyed church. It's so depressing. But occasionally, you'll come across somebody that's just had a badass life. I read about this guy one time. He was enlisted in the U.S. Armed Forces for the entire American involvement in World War II. He won 3 Purple Hearts. That means he was wounded, out of commission, and asked to be sent back at least twice. He helped storm the beaches at Normandy, and he died at the age of 89 in a farming accident. Guys, whether you know it or not, right now, having heard that, your balls are blushing. Because you're going to be lucky to be eating solid food at 89. This motherfucker was mauled by a combine. And the joke's on him, because the combine was made in Germany. The cub's got it after all. They waited 70 years for that son of a bitch. That, my friends, is patience. Speaking of sharp objects, I guess, last year, I'm almost kind of embarrassed to admit this, last year, I started shaving my balls. Yeah, that is the wrong answer. Because that shit is terrifying. And personally, I would appreciate some sympathy on this. Girls, to give you an idea, shaving one's balls is sort of like driving a riding lawnmower through a gravel pit that bleeds. Also, much like driving a riding lawnmower through a gravel pit, I learned the hard way it is not something that should be done in the wind. You get a pubic hair underneath a contact lens, you're taking a sick day. It's just the way it goes. So how many scholars of medieval British literature we got in the house tonight? Oh, fuck off. No way. Well, I'll tell you what I like about medieval British literature. It is the use of the regular present tense to narrate concurrent events. What I mean by this is when we're talking about something in modern English that happens now, we use the present progressive, as in, fuck, it's burning. But back in the day, they didn't have all of the same grammatical paradigms. So you would get these stretches of text narrated in the regular present tense that would go something like, the brownie, it burns. It burns like the flames that dance along the banks of the river Styx. It burns like the gonorrhea I contracted from drinking of the cup of the whore of Babylon. Which, by the way, if we're still talking about a brownie, I would recommend not putting that in your mouth at this point. That's my small voice of survival talking. But isn't that awesome? It's like regardless of what you're doing, you feel like you're on some kind of quest. Imagine going through your whole day like that. I awaken. I descend unto the kitchen to fry the flesh of pigs and unborn birds with which to sate my hunger. I drink of a scalding black water. It gives me power. Man, if that doesn't make you want to throw on some Scandinavian heavy metal music and sacrifice a goat, I don't know what does. And the best thing about that is if you like caught cancer or something and had to tell your family, you'd sit them down and you wouldn't be like, I'm dying. You'd be like, family, as I sit before you now and speak unto you, I die. And I don't care who you are, that is a hell of a way to go. And that's how I'm going to get out of here. You guys have been wonderful. Thank you.